Holy crap, my lips are chapped. It is winter and we're in the South. It is not supposed to be like this. It's like 40 degrees outside, guys. This is Florida. We didn't move here for this.
Welcome to the lore of the South.
Did you know that the first Orange Bowl game was played on January 1st, 1935, and was played in Pennsylvania against Bucknell University? The first Orange Bowl took place far from its regular home because the University of Miami had yet to build a football stadium. The Orange Bowl is the second oldest bowl game played in the U.S.
Welcome to the lore of the South.
Alright, y'all. Welcome to the New Year's special. We made it. We've made it through a hellish year, and we're going to close the chapter. And let's hope 2020, the likes of 2020 will never be seen again. Not sure what 2021 will bring, but I got to tell you my current favorite meme. Don't we all have favorite memes? That is just a thing these days. We're all going to be, I'm going to quote it for you. Going into 2021, we're all going to be good, walk in real quiet, and don't touch anything. And today, we thought it would be fun to talk about some Southern New Year's traditions, and many of which of these I'd heard of before, but some of y'all came up with a few that I was not aware of. Let's start with what we should do on New Year's Eve. You're going to want to make sure that your pantry is stocked. If those shelves are bare on the 1st, they might be bare all year. Just before midnight, you might want to open your doors to let the old year out. Some even help this along by sweeping the old year out the open doors. This one, I can remember my family doing when I was a kid. We'd spend New Year's Eve at my Grandma Wilson's house. It was way out in the country. Then at midnight, we'd set off some fireworks, usually Roman candles or the like. I think I can even remember a year we didn't have any fireworks, and my uncle and my dad went out and fired a shotgun off, which is still fairly common practice in the more rural areas. They'll use shotguns in lieu of fireworks. I just never knew why we did it. This practice was brought to us by our European ancestors. They believed that making loud noises at midnight would scare away evil spirits and any bad omens to come. This New Year's Eve tradition was a new one to me, though it dates back to olden times. It came to the Appalachians with our Irish and Scottish ancestors. And it's old Granny New Year. She arrives to leave toys and nuts and candy, and some lucky family members might even receive small amounts of money. These things are done to hopefully have a new year full of good things and prosperity. Alright, we've all rang in the new year. Some of us made it to the ball drop. Some of us were asleep well before midnight. For many, whatever you do on New Year's Day, it will set a theme for the rest of your year. So some will put on their good clothes to put their best foot forward. Jessica mentioned carrying a suitcase in and out of the house to ensure that you'll have safe travels during the year. Y'all, I think I'm going to get dressed up and wheel a suitcase around on the 1st. How about y'all? And that will bring us to some New Year's do's and don'ts. Do eat pork. Pigs are known rooters, and when they root, they are always moving forward. Don't eat chicken. When chickens scratch searching for food, they move backwards. Same is said about lobsters. So say no to poultry and crustaceans if you're feeling a bit superstitious on New Year's Day. I had asked some of y'all to send in y'all's superstitions and New Year's traditions, and a lot of them had to do with cleaning, and here are a couple of those. Don't sweep. You might sweep the good luck out of your house. Now, as we mentioned before, you sweep on New Year's Eve. You don't sweep on New Year's Day, okay? Don't do laundry. It could wash away your good luck. It could also mean you'll spend the year toiling away. I'm a fan of this one. Do not like laundry. That's a good excuse for me. There will not be laundry done on the 1st, y'all. And then, this brings us to every Southerner's favorite thing. Food. These are the must-haves. Gotta have greens. They're usually collards. Heard some people substitute cabbage. Not sure if they're really southern or not. Those greens represent cash and prosperity. Next up are black-eyed peas. Eat these for good luck and health. Then we'll have our main dish of pork. Get you some smoked pork butt, ribs, pork chops, you have your pick. But eating pork on New Year's Day will give you wisdom and good fortune. Last but not least, put Granny's cast iron to good use and make a side of cornbread. Cornbread represents gold. Don't think any of us would turn our noses up at that. Little sidebar here. I won't eat hardly any of those things I just listed for y'all. Black-eyed peas taste like dirt. Listeners Tracy and Beth agree with me. I also don't like collards. They are too bitter. So y'all can have my share of black-eyed peas and collard greens. But I will take the barbecue and I'll eat me some butter-soaked cornbread all day long. And I guess that's really not too bad of an average. I got 2 out of 4. So I'll still have some wisdom and good fortune and maybe some gold coming my way, so I'm not going to complain about that. And that brings us to the close of our little mini episode, extra-sode. All the episodes are mini, this one's just extra. I'd like to thank Jess, Becky, Suzanne, Brittany, Christy, Beth, and Tracy for sharing their New Year's traditions and family superstitions. Big thanks to friend of the podcast, Chris Essing, for supplying some of these lesser-known traditions. Like us, follow us, subscribe, write us a review, hit those 5 stars. Search for Lore of the South on social media. On Facebook and Instagram, I'll always post photos that relate to each podcast. And I want to tell all of y'all Happy New Year. Let's hope 2021 is better than the last. And we'll talk to y'all later on Lore of the South.